Welcome back to the INSTI HIV-1, HIV-2 Antibody Test Masterclass. In the previous modules, we've covered HIV fundamentals, test technology, and the complete testing procedure. This module focuses on an important aspect of maintaining testing performance and consistency: quality control. Quality control is a systematic process that ensures every test you perform meets the highest standards of accuracy and reliability. In this module, we'll discuss the INSTI test's built-in quality control features, learn when and how to use INSTI test controls, establish quality assurance programs, and review regulatory compliance requirements. Quality control supports patient safety, professional practice standards, and helps ensure confidence in reported results. Let's dive into this essential topic. Before focusing on the INSTI test specifically, let's establish what quality control means in the context of testing and why it's fundamentally important. Quality control encompasses all the procedures, checks, and documentation used to ensure that the testing process consistently produces accurate and reliable results. It's a systematic approach to identifying and addressing issues that may affect your test performance or patient care. Quality control operates at multiple levels. This includes internal controls within the test, external controls to verify test performance, equipment calibration and maintenance, operator competency assessments, and documentation that supports quality and regulatory oversight. In HIV testing, quality control is particularly important because inaccurate results can affect patient management and follow-up. This may include delayed treatment or linkage to care, increased patient anxiety, and in the case of false negatives, potential transmission risk. Both false negatives and false positives can have clinical and psychological implications. Quality control is also a regulatory requirement. Facilities performing testing must comply with clinical laboratory standards, such as CLIA in the United States, or equivalent standards in other jurisdictions. These regulations exist to protect patients and ensure testing quality. The INSTI test is designed with quality control in mind. This includes a built-in procedural control and the availability of external control materials, which support the implementation and maintenance of quality control procedures as part of routine testing. The INSTI test includes a built-in quality control mechanism known as the procedural control spot. Let's examine how this works and what it indicates about test validity. As reviewed in Module 3, the control spot on the INSTI membrane has been treated with protein A, which captures IgG and IgM antibodies present in all normal blood samples. When solution 2 flows through the membrane, protein A binds to the captured antibodies and deposits blue dye, producing the visible control dot. The appearance of the control dot confirms several aspects of proper test performance. First, it confirms that a sufficient blood sample was collected and added to the test. If insufficient blood was used, there may be not enough IgG antibodies to produce a visible control dot. Second, the control dot confirms that all solutions were added correctly and flowed through the membrane as intended. The control dot only appears if the sample was delivered with solution 1, the protein A with dye complex in the solution 2, and the background clarification occurred with solution 3. Third, the control dot confirms the normal presence of IgG antibodies in the sample. As IgG is present in blood from both HIV negative and HIV positive individuals, the control dot should appear regardless of HIV status. The control dot is required for test validity. Without a visible control dot, there is no confirmation that the test performed as intended. Any test without a valid control dot must be considered invalid and the test repeated. The appearance of the control dot may vary. It can appear as a solid or shaded circle or as a ring. The intensity may vary from test to test. This variation is normal and does not affect test validity, as long as a clearly visible blue marking appears at the control spot location. This built-in control provides immediate confirmation of proper test performance and does not require additional steps or materials beyond the testing process. While the built-in procedural control validates each individual test, external test controls serve a different but important role in quality control. Let's explore the INSTI test controls and their use. INSTI test controls are separate products available from bioLytical laboratories, specifically designed for use with the INSTI HIV-1, HIV-2 antibody test. These controls are used to verify the test performance independent of patient testing. The INSTI test control kit includes 3 components: a HIV-1 positive control, a HIV-2 positive control, and a negative control. Each vial contains sufficient material for 20 INSTI tests. The positive controls are prepared from heat-inactivated human plasma that contains antibodies to HIV-1 or HIV-2. The source material has been heat-inactivated at 60 degrees Celsius for 60 minutes. As with all human-derived materials, they should always be handled as potentially infectious, though the risk is minimal. The HIV-1 and HIV-2 positive controls are designed to produce reactive INSTI test results with both the control and test dots visible. These positive controls are used to verify that the test detects HIV antibodies when present. The negative control is prepared from processed human serum substitute that is non-reactive for antibodies to HIV-1 and HIV-2. It should produce a non-reactive INSTI test result with only the control dot visible. The positive controls have been formulated to produce an easily visible but sometimes faint blue color at the test spot and a darker blue color at the control spot. This design is intentional to reflect samples with lower antibody levels and supports learning the correct interpretation of reactive results. External controls are not run with every patient test. Instead, run controls at specific times to support ongoing test performance and operator consistency. This section reviews when control testing is recommended. First, run controls before a new operator performs testing on patient samples. This helps confirm the correct test procedure and results interpretation prior to patient testing. Second, run controls when switching to a new lot number of INSTI test kits. Control testing verifies that the new lot performs as expected. Third, run controls whenever a new shipment of kits is received. This helps confirm that the test kits arrived in acceptable condition and perform as intended. Fourth, run controls if storage or testing temperatures fall outside of the recommended temperature ranges of 2 to 30 degrees Celsius for storage or 15 to 30 degrees Celsius for testing. Temperature excursions may affect the test components, and controls verify whether performance has been affected. Fifth, run controls at regular intervals as determined by the facility's quality assurance program. The frequency depends on testing volume and regulatory requirements, with monthly or quarterly testing common in low-volume sites. Some facilities establish additional control testing requirements based on specific circumstances. For example, testing after equipment maintenance, after extended periods without testing, or when unusual results or patterns are observed. The key principle is to set control testing frequency to provide confidence in ongoing test performance while balancing facility resources. The facility's quality management program should define the control testing schedule and ensure it is aligned with regulatory requirements. INSTI test controls require proper handling and storage to maintain their integrity and produce accurate results. This section reviews the specific handling and storage requirements. Controls can be stored frozen at -20 degrees Celsius or refrigerated at 2 to 8 degrees Celsius for up to 1 year. The shelf life is indicated by the printed expiration date on the control vials. Never use controls beyond their expiration date. Controls are shipped at ambient temperature with insulated containers with freezer gel packs. It's normal for the gel packs to have thawed during shipping. Upon receipt, immediately place controls into refrigerated or frozen storage as appropriate. If storing frozen, keep controls at -20 degrees Celsius in an upright position. Before use, remove the controls from the freezer and allow them to thaw completely at room temperature. Do not use heat or hot water to accelerate thawing, as this can damage antibodies. Once thawed, store controls refrigerated at 2 to 8 degrees Celsius. Controls remain stable until expiration, which can be up to 1 year as labeled on the package. Do not refreeze controls once they've been thawed and opened. Repeated freeze-thaw cycles can degrade the antibodies and affect control performance. It's recommended to store control vials in an upright position to reduce the risk of leakage and allow visibility of the material levels. Store controls away from light and ensure caps are tightly secured. Before use, bring the controls to room temperature if they've been refrigerated. Remove from refrigeration 15 to 30 minutes before testing. Mix controls by gently swirling before use. Never vortex or shake vigorously, as this can damage proteins and affect results. If controls appear turbid, discolored, or contain visible particulate matter, do not use them. These signs indicate possible contamination or degradation. Contact bioLytical laboratories for replacement controls. This section reviews the complete procedure for testing INSTI controls. This procedure differs slightly from patient testing, so it is important to follow the specific requirements. First, prepare the testing area and gather materials. Use 1 INSTI test kit for each control, a calibrated 50 microliter precision pipette, and control materials at room temperature. Do not use the capillary pipette included in the kit for patient blood collection when testing controls. Remove the control vial from storage and allow it to reach room temperature. Gently swirl the vial to mix the contents, then inspect the appearance. The solution should be clear to slightly hazy, with no visible particles or unusual color. Open the red cap of the sample diluent vial from the INSTI test kit. Using a calibrated 50 microliter precision pipette, carefully measure exactly 50 microliters of control material. It is important to ensure that accurate volume is used for reliable results. Transfer the 50 microliters of control material to the sample diluent vial. Recap the vial and mix by gently inverting the vial 4 times. The color change may be subtle compared to whole blood, but mixing should be visible. From this point forward, proceed as with a patient sample. Open the membrane unit pouch. Place the membrane unit on a level surface and label it with control identification of the control used, either HIV-1 positive, HIV-2 positive, or negative. Pour the entire contents of the sample diluent and control mixture into the center of the membrane unit well and allow it to absorb fully. After complete absorption, add solution 2. Wait for complete absorption, then add solution 3. Read the result immediately after solution 3 absorbs. while the membrane is still wet, just as with the patient test. The same 5-minute time limit applies to control testing. Test each control on a separate membrane unit. Do not combine multiple controls on a single membrane. During each control testing session, run all 3 controls, HIV-1 positive, HIV-2 positive, and negative, for complete verification. Interpreting control results requires understanding what the expected outcomes are and what to do if controls do not perform as anticipated. This section reviews each control type. The HIV-1 positive control is expected to produce a reactive result showing both the control dot at the 12 o'clock position and the test dot at the 6 o'clock position. Both dots should be clearly visible and blue. The test dot may be fainter than the control dot, which is expected. The HIV-2 positive control is also expected to produce a reactive result with both control and test dots visible. The INSTI test does not distinguish between HIV-1 and HIV-2 antibodies, and both produce a positive reaction at the same location. The negative control is expected to produce a non-reactive result, with only the control dot visible at the 12 o'clock position. There should be no visible reaction at the test spot location, with the area clear and with no visible color or ring visible. If all controls produce the expected results, the test kit is performing correctly and can be used for patient testing. Document these results according to facility quality control procedures. If any control produces an unexpected result, do not use the test kit for patient testing until the issue is resolved. The following section outlines steps to take when control testing fails. Control failures are uncommon but can occur. When they do, systematic troubleshooting is essential to identify and resolve the issue before resuming patient testing. The following examples show how to approach common testing issues. Scenario number 1. A positive control produces a non-reactive result, with only the control dot visible and no test dot. This indicates that the test is not performing as intended, as HIV antibody reactivity was not detected. Begin by checking the control expiration date. Expired controls may not perform as expected due to the possible degradation of antibodies which no longer produce positive results. Next, verify that the control was stored correctly, as improper storage can damage antibodies. Finally, confirm that exactly 50 microliters of control material were used, as insufficient volume may not provide enough antibodies to produce a visible test dot. If these factors are correct, the issue may be with the test kit. Repeat control testing using a different test kit, preferably from a different lot. If the control performs as expected, the original kit lot may be defective. Scenario number 2. A negative control produces a reactive result, with both control and test dots visible. This indicates a false positive reaction. Verify that the correct control material was used and that there is no labeling error. Next, assess possible contamination, including pipette handling and vial integrity. Ensure the pipette and vial are in the condition required to perform control tests. Also, verify the control expiration date and storage conditions. If no issue is identified, repeat testing with a new test kit. If the negative control remains reactive, the control material may be compromised. Contact bioLytical laboratories for technical support and replacement controls. Scenario number 3. Control testing produces an invalid result, with no control dot visible. This may indicate insufficient control material or a defective test kit. Verify pipetting technique and volume accuracy and recalibrate the pipette if necessary. Repeat the test using exactly 50 microliters of control material. If invalid results persist, repeat testing using a test kit from a different lot. Scenario number 4. Multiple controls produce incorrect or invalid results, suggesting a systematic issue such as test kit lot concerns, storage conditions, or testing environment. In this case, do not use any kit from the affected lot for patient testing. Document the issue thoroughly. Include lot numbers, storage conditions, test results, and troubleshooting steps taken. Contact bioLytical technical support immediately at customercare@biolytical.com or call us at 1-866-674-6784. Proper documentation of control testing supports quality assurance, regulatory compliance, and effective troubleshooting. This section reviews what should be documented and how to maintain control records. Maintain a quality control log specifically for INSTI control testing. This can be a paper logbook or an electronic record system, but it must be permanent and not easily altered. For each control testing session, document the date and time of testing, the operator's name or initials, the test kit lot number used, the control lot numbers for each control tested, either HIV-1 positive, HIV-2 positive, or negative, and the result for each control tested, either reactive, non-reactive, invalid, or other observations. Also document the expiration dates of both the test kits and controls used, any unusual observations such as prolonged flow times or atypical dot appearance, and any corrective actions taken. If controls fail, create a separate incident report documenting the failure in detail. Include the specific problem observed, troubleshooting steps performed, resolution of the issue, and when patient testing was resumed after the issue was resolved. Review control records regularly, such as monthly or quarterly, to identify trends. Reviewing operator performance, kit lot performance, and result patterns can help identify issues before they affect patients' testing. Retain control records for the time period required by applicable regulatory authorities. In the United States, CLIA requires quality control records be retained for at least 2 years. Requirements may vary by jurisdiction. Many facilities use control charts to visualize control performance over time. While this level of statistical quality control isn't required for qualitative tests like INSTI, it can provide valuable insights into test performance trends. Understanding regulatory requirements for quality control helps support compliance and consistent testing standards. This section reviews regulatory compliance. In the United States, the INSTI HIV-1, HIV-2 antibody test is CLIA-waived when used with fingerstick blood samples. CLIA-waived testing indicates that the test is considered simple to perform, and the likelihood of erroneous results is rare, but it still requires appropriate quality practices. CLIA-waived sites are required to follow manufacturer's instructions. Establish a quality assurance program appropriate for the testing performed, and maintain records of quality control activities, including control testing results, when used with venous whole blood or plasma samples. The INSTI test is classified as moderately complex. Sites performing moderately complex testing must meet additional requirements related to personnel qualifications, quality control frequency, and proficiency testing. In CLIA-waived settings, control testing regularly is considered best practice and recommended. Although regulations may not specify exact control testing frequency for wave tests, manufacturers recommend control testing for when controls should be run, such as the circumstances we discussed earlier in this module. Outside the United States, regulatory requirements vary by country. National and regional authorities, such as the European Union and Health Canada, establish specific requirements for quality control in testing. Familiarize yourself with the requirements applicable in your jurisdiction. Regardless of regulatory requirements, regular control testing supports comprehensive quality assurance and helps maintain confidence in test results. A comprehensive quality assurance program goes beyond running controls. This section reviews the key elements of an effective quality assurance program for INSTI testing. Component number 1 is Standard Operating Procedures, or SOPs. These should document the complete testing process, including sample collection, test performance, quality control activities, result reporting, and corrective actions. SOPs should be detailed enough to allow any qualified operator to perform testing correctly by following them. Review and update SOPs annually or whenever procedures change. Component number 2 is operator training and competency assessment. All operators must complete initial training on the INSTI test before performing patient testing. Training should cover test principles, procedural steps, quality control, result interpretation, and troubleshooting. Assess initial competency by observing new operators perform testing, verifying correct control results, and demonstrating proper documentation processes. Some facilities use written tests or practical examinations to verify competency. Ongoing competency must be verified regularly, at a minimum on an annual basis. This may include direct observation, review of quality control results, proficiency testing if available, or written assessments. Component number 3 is equipment maintenance and calibration. While the INSTI test requires minimal equipment, any equipment used must be maintained properly. Pipettes should be calibrated regularly, refrigerators and freezers monitored for temperature, and any other equipment serviced during manufacturer specifications. Component number 4 is results review and correlation. A qualified individual should review test results for accuracy and consistency, including review patterns or unusual findings. Component number 5 is continuous quality improvement. Regularly review all quality metrics, such as control results, invalid test rates, turnaround times, and incidents. Use this information to identify improvement opportunities and guide process improvements. This section reviews common quality control challenges and how to resolve them effectively. Review technique carefully. Confirm that exactly 50 microliters are used for either patient or control testing. Mix the sample and diluent mixture thoroughly and ensure solution 2 is properly inverted before use. If inconsistency persists with controls, the control material may be degraded. The most common cause is insufficient blood collection. Other causes are failure to collect enough sample to fill to the line on the capillary pipette, inadequate mixing of blood with solution 1, or environmental conditions such as high humidity or temperature extremes that can affect membrane function. Address this by reinforcing proper blood collection technique, reviewing procedural steps, running controls to verify kit performance, and confirming the appropriate storage and testing conditions. Causes may include degraded positive control material due to improper storage, insufficient control volume, inadequate mixing of solution 2, where settled dye wasn't mixed properly, or reading results after more than 5 minutes when the membrane has started to dry. Verify control storage conditions and expiration dates. Replace controls if they are expired, have been open for more than a year, or show signs of degradation. Ensure solution 2 is thoroughly mixed by slow inversion before every use. Finally, ensure results are read immediately after solution 3 absorbs, and while the membrane is still wet. Address this through additional training using visual references of different results, including reactive, non-reactive, and invalid or indeterminate. Ensure that regular competency testing is run using control samples. Finally, reinforcing that any clearly discernible blue marking at the test spot, whether solid, shaded, or ring, should be interpreted as reactive, and confirmatory testing is recommended. Quality control is most effective when it is integrated into routine testing activities rather than treated as a separate task. This section reviews how to incorporate quality control into daily testing practice. Start each testing session with a quality mindset. Before opening test kits, verify storage conditions are appropriate, check expiration dates, and ensure all materials are ready. These simple checks take seconds but prevent many quality issues. Develop consistent habits for each procedural step. Always invert solution 2 before use. Always verify the control dot before interpreting the test spot. Always document results immediately. Consistency reduces errors and makes quality practices automatic. Schedule control testing at regular and convenient times. Many facilities run controls on the first Monday of each month or on the first test day with each new kit lot. Having a predictable schedule ensures controls get run without having to remember each time. Use quality control data to identify trends, such as patterns with invalid results or variation between operators. Use this information to guide process improvements and implement best practices. Create a quality culture. Support a team approach that encourages operators to report issues, addressing problems constructively, and using quality metrics to support improvement rather than assigning blame. Remember that quality control activities support accurate patient testing by verifying test performance and ensuring results can be interpreted with confidence. Congratulations on completing Module 4 on quality control and test controls, concluding the core technical modules of the INSTI HIV-1, HIV-2 Antibody Test Masterclass. Across these 4 modules, the course has covered HIV pathophysiology and immunology, the innovative technology behind the INSTI test, the complete testing procedure, and the quality control systems that ensure reliable results. This foundation supports consistent and expected performance of the INSTI test. It provides context for each procedural step, supports troubleshooting, and reinforces the role of quality practices in routine testing. In the final module, the course will focus on safety considerations, troubleshooting scenarios, and the final assessment required for course completion. This helps ensure readiness and confidence to implement an INSTI testing program in clinical practice. Accurate HIV screening depends on consistent attention to procedure, quality control, and result interpretation. The practices covered in this module support that responsibility across different settings. Module 5 brings everything together with safety protocols, best practices, troubleshooting scenarios, and a final certification assessment. This module will ensure that you're fully prepared to implement INSTI testing in clinical practice with confidence and competence. The INSTI test, when performed with the knowledge and quality mindset gained from this course, becomes a powerful tool for HIV detection, early treatment, and prevention of transmission. This concludes the current section of the training. The final module will complete the course content and assessment.